on Virginia Railway Express, train 325 down to Broad Run Airport in Manassas. Here comes the equipment now. Train 301 to Fredericksburg. He's going to depart at 1 o'clock. To Fredericksburg. Okay, on board Virginia Railway Express 325, departing Washington Union Station 1:15, destination Manassas Broad Run Airport. And I got my radio scanner on. They call out signals on this line. Wait till I come out of the tunnel. B&O CPLs.
P32520 locomotive E60 head end on. Roger, good radios here. P32520 locomotive E60 approach medium Virginia, arriving LaFont South on 4. Area 25 road.
To enter the interlocking of Virginia Avenue, get on the RF&P sub. Right there's a CSX RF&P sub, although it wasn't the original RF&P. It's a B&O. RF&P started further down at RO, just on the other side of the Potomac. S3L type 1 on that engine. We're powered by an MP36PH-3C. One of the perks of riding on this system is getting the radio chatter. We're at LaFont Plaza.
Now at LaFont. This is Manassas Line Train 325.
South 4 to 3, sterile cast for the 25.
Here's LaFont for the 50 south. Right on that 25.
quiet car. And a medium clear signal here, I can see it.
P32520, locomotive V60, clear signal 14th Street south on 3.
Clear, 14 Street, 60 southbound. There.
Well, this engineer's not saying it too fast like one of my previous rides did. Across the Potomac.
Next station, Crystal City.
This right-of-way was used by
The
being...
quiet car is located next to the engine, and we ask that all cell phones and other available electronic devices be turned off. Conversation should be short and only in low whispers. Thank you.
Well, I'm not in that car, so... This is used by trains of the Pennsy and the B&O going into Potomac Yard, which is long gone. Okay, here's the mighty Potomac. Traffic landing at Reagan Airport here.
P32520, locomotive E60, clear signal RO South 3, arriving Crystal City.
Clear, RO, 60 southbound.
RO, that was the northern boundary of the RF&P.
Now approaching Crystal City.
That sounds like your typical VRE locomotive one. I'm not sure of the type, but I know what type the cab cars have. The Nathan C5A CWP, unique to this railroad. Some of them sound really, really good. I was asking the conductor if I could ride on the head car coming back, but this is an 8-car train and they only have 2 conductors, so front 2 cars won't be open, unfortunately. But I'll get the ride back too with the radio chatter. Crystal City.
VRE 32520, locomotive E60 departing Crystal City, South 3, clear in the cattle.
This line is very busy. In addition to the VRE trains to Spotsylvania and Broad Run Airport, you have a lot of Amtrak trains going down south and a lot of CSX freights. If you like MP36 PH-3Cs, Washington is the place to be, between Mark and VRE. Inadvertent poetry there. Washington, D.C., a special place to be, with the MP36 PH-3Cs on Mark and VRE. Hey, even Conductor Pool couldn't do as good as that.
VRE 32520, locomotive E60, approach limited, 4-mile run, south on 3.
Roger, approach limited 4-mile run, can we stop that?
There's the Washington Metro over there, used by the blue and yellow lines. I consider myself fortunate enough that I was able to get 2 railfan window rides on this system. Last August out of Manassas to DC, and last November from Fredericksburg to DC. Well, there's the new Potomac Yard Metro Station. I don't know if it's finished. It looks like it's finished. Years ago, that would have been right smack dab in the middle of a big railroad yard. Potomac Yard was enormous. You had trains from the Pennsylvania Railroad, Baltimore and Ohio, C&O, Southern Railway, RF&P, with forwarding traffic from the Atlantic coastline and the Seaboard Airline, later Seaboard Coastline, going in there.
VRE 32520, locomotive E60, approach medium
Lover's Lane interlocking.
ESX, equipment defect detector, milepost 106.4, track 3.
Now approaching Alexandria.
ESX, equipment defect
Welcome
detector,
aboard
milepost
VRE.
106.4,
If you wish to transfer
Track
to a
3.
Fredericksburg line,
no
you may do
defects,
so at Alexandria,
no
which is our
defects,
next stop.
total axle 3, 6, end of transmission. Parakeet 32520, locomotive V60, no defects, Slater's Lane, South 3, arriving out. Defects, Slater's Lane.
Alexandria has a low platform. Please watch your step when moving the train, as there may be a long
There's an inbound
step boxes will be available at the conductor's
Mount Vernon
location.
Square bound metro train. Kind of funny that they say Alexandria has a low platform. They all better have low platforms. You can't get off of these cars on a high platform unless you want to jump. Okay, we're arriving King Street, Alexandria Union Station. One of the busiest passenger stations outside of the Northeast Corridor. Or you could conceivably call this the Northeast Corridor. Sees a lot of passenger trains. Years ago, this was a real busy Union Station with trains from the C&O, Southern Railway, and RF&P connections to the Seaboard Airline and Atlantic Coast Line.
Parakeet 32520, locomotive V60, departing Alex, South 3, approach medium in the cab. Approach medium in the cab.
Virginia's very friendly about passenger trains. Already got a lot of trains going to Roanoke, Norfolk, Newport News, Richmond, in addition to the southern trains, the Silver Fleet and the Auto Train, Palmetto, Carolinian, the Crescent, the 3-day-a-week Cardinal. All right, buddy. Got a nice conductor on this train. I had him on my Manassas trip I took last summer.
Parakeet 32520, locomotive V60, medium clear AF to a medium approach, Seminary south off the siding, switching to 56 sterile cab.
Medium clear, AF to medium approach. Seminary, 56 sterile.
Air 325 heading on, running on the medium approach.
50 cents at CR Tower.
Alright, man, there.
A lot of interlockings around here. AF is where the RF&P connected with the Southern Railway.
Amtrak 20, going to the North Pass. We had a divergent clear at CR Towers on the approach divergent James over.
Here Amtrak's northbound Crescent on the radio from New Orleans to New York. He's at CR Tower.
Okay, Amtrak, CO20 headed on 96.
20,
Next station, Backwick Road.
I have the radio tuned to the CSX and Norfolk Southern channels.
Please take a few moments to familiarize yourself with the location of the nearest emergency exit. Each section of the car is equipped with emergency exit windows.
There's a yard tracks over there.
There
Used to be a small Southern Railway yard in Alexandria. I forget the name of it, but back in 1990, I think it was in September,
Welcome aboard the VRE.
I took a
Please
1218
display your
excursion
ticket at
out
all
of there
times while on the
for
train
Lynchburg.
For inspection by the crew. Please make every seat available for other riders by
There's a
placing your
Washington
personal
Metro
belongings
facility
in
here.
the overhead rack or under your seat.
Let's see if we see the Crescent here. It's not far away.
Amtrak 20 train, look at bios. Y'all have a safe day. And 325, PTC still running on the approach.
There he is, the Crescent. Soon he'll be in Washington and he'll trade those P-42s for ACS 64 for the dash to New York. And here we leave the old RF&B. Enter former Southern Railway tracks.
Amtrak CO20 locomotive 125 north on the North Pass to number 2 track. Limited, clear, AF over.
You can hear the engineer on Amtrak 20 talking. We try to do the ride back. We'll pass a number of VRE trains going back into town. You'll be able to hear them talking on the radio. Should pass 327 and 307, 329 and 309. This will be my third time riding on this line. It's easier to do than the Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania line because you can do an out and back. And you have-
Ferry 325 approach diverging CR Tower south off the Horn. Ferry 325 Van Dorn Yard hot rail south on 2.
Van Dorn Yard, that's an old Southern Railway piggyback yard, Norfolk Southern piggyback yard. Now it's like a tank car storage.
It was Catholic.
Yeah, this is CR Tower, I think. I don't have to tell you what the interlockings are. The engineer will do it for me.
Thank you, 94.
Coming up on that tank car facility at the old Van Dorn Yard.
Track 94, locomotive 125. Right now, 3 on the line right now.
GE junk back there. Jeez. Nice shiny tank cars. It's nice to see graffiti-less freight cars of any kind. Nice GP60 there. Flying the American flag.
Now approaching Catholic Road.
Sound the horn twice before approaching a station. Backlick Road.
VRE 325, clear signal Springfield, southbound corner.
That's Springfield, I'm in South.
Springfield. And we just passed under the Capitol Beltway. We're in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Clifton, you'll see a kind of a weird sight. It's a nice little town, but along the tracks there is a Norfolk and Western caboose alongside a former Southern Railway
Next
line.
station, Rolling Road.
I'm not quite there yet.
Area 325, clear signal Raven, south on 1.
Clear.
It looks like there's kudzu here or something. Vegetation all over the place.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 18.8, track 2, no defect. Norfolk Southern, milepost 18.8, track 2, no defect.
D90 clear for south maintenance out.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 18.8, track 1, no defect. Area 325, no defects, 18.8 south 1, over.
No defect.
Rolling road.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 18.8, track 1, no defect.
Get the source for me, Asa, please.
Area 325, next signal's good on PTC south 1, over.
People out watching the train.
Area 325, clear signal Burke south on 1.
Roger. No defect clear. Clear expressway south maintenance out.
Something else out there, but I think it's going in the same direction.
Next station, Burke Center.
Kind of a cloudy, humid, but not terribly hot at least. A little hiking trail out there. It's a bit cooler than it was last August when I rode on this line. Gotta do a little daredevil crossing of that river, that stream. Gotta make sure you don't
Now
slip.
approaching Burke Center.
Burke Center.
Area 325, next signal's good on PTC southbound 1.
Sounded like a P5. These are Nippon Chariot gallery cars, just like the ones in Chicago. What's different about these cars is, well, the horns are different, and these are fixed seats. The ones in Chicago you can flip over.
Area 325, clear signal, Fairfax southbound 1.
Fairfax on the south.
Area 325, clear signal, Clifton southbound 1.
Alright, here's where you see the caboose. Nice little town. Cute town. Clifton General Store trackside. You know, the river that runs around here is Broad Run. There it is, Broad Run. I'm sorry, Bull Run. Broad Run is the name of the airport in Manassas we're going to.
Outpost 3.6. Oh, feedback.
I don't think that's called.
Area 325, clear signal, Bull Run southbound.
Okay, bye-bye.
You heard him say Bull Run. Something else is out there. I heard it on the detector. Manassas Park. This is really a good system, but it's taken a beating after the pandemic. Slowly but surely recovering.
southbound.
Good PTC readings in the cab. I rode on this last fall and last summer. They weren't mentioning anything about PTC.
Next station, Manassas.
Historic Manassas. It's got a nice downtown core. They have a big railroad festival here in June. Around this time too. It's on a weekend. I don't know if I missed it or it hasn't come yet. I know they used to run 611 fan trips out of Manassas for those railroad days. They used to back up and go down the inland gateway, inside gateway to Front Royal and come back.
There's now K90.
Now approaching Manassas.
There's now K90.
Manassas has a low platform. Please watch your step because they're windy.
Hey, did y'all receive bulletin item number 3600 BTC? If not, I can give it to you. Over.
Do not cross the tracks until the crossing gates are raised. The adjacent track may have a high-speed train approaching the station.
Alright, let me know when you're ready to copy. Over. Alright, do not exceed 25 miles per hour at the milepost 42.5, 42.5 on main 1. OD track over. That's correct. And got your blood protection all the way to C line over. Astro K90 693, station 2 opened up and hold the switches open. Lane 2 between Calverton and Remington. Station work over.
Okay, the whole time is 92 Calverton.
You're welcome. That's right.
You heard the dispatcher talking to it. Sounded like a
325, no defects, advance approach more southbound.
No defects, advance west north.
arriving Manassas. Sounded like the NS dispatcher was talking to a local, K90. Nice Manassas station. Seen of many photographs. Yeah, that K90 is a local. It runs from Manassas to Casanova. Okay, our next and last stop will be Broad Run Airport. It's a spur off the main track. We pass Powell Junction where the inside gateway takes off. Manassas has a little park on the other side that has the correct Southern Railway caboose on display. Catch it on the way back. Passing Manassas Yard on the opposite side. A lot of refrigerator cars there. Put a charge into this and try to record the ride back. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do a head-end ride. I was hoping, but train is
VRE
too.
325 approach signal, Powell, South 1, medium speed, prepared to stop at South Manassas, sterile cap.
Roger, approach Powell, 6 meters, 3 feet, 7, 7, after 1, cut out.
Right here is where the inside gateway comes in. That sees a decent amount of freight traffic. From here south, this line is
Next station,
fairly busy.
Broad Run.
Powell. Be able to get a head-end ride, but I love the radio chatter. Get that as a hopefully satisfactory alternative. K90 is several miles ahead of us.
Broad Run.
End of the line for horns on these locomotives aren't quite as
Bears
nice.
325 restricting signal south Manassas, southbound main 1 to the station track, restricted speed looking out, meet you on 54.
Here's the airport. It's more like a general aviation facility. Some corporate jets must use it. As I was saying, the horns on these locomotives don't sound quite as nice as the cab car horns. Usually it's the other way around. Usually the cab car horns sound worse than the locomotive horns. But VRE's got some really sweet sounding cab car horns. Oh, here we are, arriving at our destination. It's 2:33 p.m. I think I got a little over an hour before the train goes back as train 336. Broad Run Airport.